Hello and welcome back to Paces and Practice in Programming. So in this lecture we are going to cover more details or more concepts in C programming, and just would like to recap with you what we have learned in the last lecture. So we see last lecture how to write simple C programming software, and also we saw how to make comments in the code, how to use a simple function, we call it a printf function, to print on the screen, and also we saw how to create simple variables and save some data inside those variables. So the variable we said are storage place to save some data for your software. So maybe in your software you would like to save some data during the process or during the run of the software. Those data you will save inside something, we call it variable. So in this lecture we are going to learn more details about variables, and we will have those objectives for the lecture. So we will learn more about printf and how powerful this function to print on the screen. Also, we will learn in this lecture how to read from the keyboard, how we can ask the user to insert some data from the keyboard, and our software will use this data to do some job, okay? And also we will learn in this lecture how to create variables, and those variables are the storage for our software, and those variables are from different types. So we will see different type of storage. There will be some storage for numbers, there will be some storage for characters, and there will be some storage for real numbers. Okay, so we will see all of those things today. Also, we will learn today about non-printing sequence, how to print something, not characters, like how to print on the screen some tab space, or how to print some special character, or how to print some characters which are not exist in the keyboard. Okay, and also we will learn in this lecture also about how to format the printing on the screen. Okay, so let's start the lecture for today, and we will start it by the first example here about how to read from print on the screen and read from the keyboard. So let's see this example, and then I will show you how to run this example on the keyboard in the software, okay, or like for example code blocks or Visual Studio. So let's see this one here. So as you see here, there is some new things here. Like we know that this one here is the pre-processing, this one to include some library in our software, to include library, and this library to use printf. We want to use a printf. And we saw last week that printf is to print some output on the screen. Like for example, it will show in the black screen, please enter your age, this sentence, okay? It will be printed on the screen. Okay, now also we saw in last lecture about main function. We saw this one, we call this one main function. Okay, so the main function is where our software will run. So our software will run from the main function, and without main function we cannot create any software in C programming. So all the code inside the main function start by this here, this parenthesis here. This is the opening parenthesis, and here is the code of my software, and then there is here close parenthesis. Okay, so this is about main function. Now inside the main function is my software. My software here start by something new today, something we call it float age. So what is this blue color here? Blue color means this one is a keyword. This one is a C language keyword, okay? So this keyword here to what? To create variable. Maybe if you remember last time we learned about how to create variable, we say like this, integer, we say like this, int, and then we put the variable name, right? And the variable name must be characters, or it must be start by underscore character. And then you can use character and number to the rest of the variable name, okay? So this one is a variable to store numbers. This variable is to store, okay, numbers, only numbers, okay? Numbers. Now, what is this float? The float is also variable, and this variable age, the name of the variable will be age, as you see here, and this age variable is storing a real number. What I mean by real number? Something like this one, 2.7 or 3.5 or 2, for example, 9.3. So there is dot here, a point. So this one means real number. So the float variable, that means this age is the type of this age, this storage. This storage type is float, okay? So it will save some number, but this number is real number, okay? Not like before. So integer variable, this one only store numbers like 3, 7, 9, 100, this kind of number without dot, okay? But here we want to save number with dot, okay? So this is a variable. And don't forget, I told you last time, we must put semicolon after each line of code. We need semicolon, and if you see here, there is semicolon here. And this one is another variable float, okay? And then after that, I will say print, please enter your age. This is just print age. And as you see, this one, the green color here, this one what? This one start by a double backslash. This one is a comment. The green color is the comment here. Okay, here I print sentence. I say, please enter your age using printf, and I end by semicolon. Okay, there is a semicolon, and then there is comment here. Oh, this is new today. Scanf. What is this one? Scanf. Scanf is a function inside this library. Inside this library, there is printf and also scanf. Scanf means scan from the keyboard or take from the keyboard. Why? What I will take from the keyboard? I will take modulo f, mean I will take float number. F mean float, mean real number. I will take float number and I will save this float number I read from the keyboard. I will save this one in the variable age. So I will take some float number from the keyboard and store this number to the variable age. Okay, so this is the meaning of this sentence. So this one here, scanf, mean read from the keyboard. Read what? Read float number. So this f is very important here. F mean I want to read the float number. Where I want to save this float number, I will save it inside age variable. Okay, so this age storage. So you might ask, okay, what is the and here? I will not talk about this and for now. This will mean the address of this variable, but we will talk about this one later when we start learning more advanced things in C language. Okay, so this is just forget about this and now. You must put it here. And this one is the variable name. Age is this one. So this one. So that means save the float number you read from the keyboard, from the user keyboard, and save it inside age. Okay? Then after that, there will be printf again. Please enter your weight. So this is will ask you, please enter your weight. And then read from the keyboard one more time, float number, and save this float number to where? To the weight variable. Here is it, the weight variable, okay? And then print your age is, and then here we go, there is f. Maybe you remember last time we studied modulo d. This one means digit. But now, because we are using float variable, we use f. We don't use d. D is for integer number. But now, age here is a float number, not integer number. So in this case, I will use f. Okay? And your weight is another float number. Okay? And then a new line. Mean click enter. Okay? So the age will go to first here. So age will go here. And then weight will go here. Okay? So this is the explanation of this software. So let's see how we can use this software or use this software inside Visual Studio and inside also Code Blocks. So I will show this one first in Code Blocks. This is our last project. This is lecture 1, and then I will open here a new project and I will call this one in Code Blocks. I will call this one lecture 2. Okay, so here, let's say here a new project. Okay, new project, and then I will say here console project because it's a black screen. I will choose this one and say go. Okay, then next, and then here I wanted C language, so I say next, and then here I will say, for example, lecture 2. Okay, and it will save this one inside this folder. I can choose any folder I want, so it will be saved here. Okay, I will save it inside C projects directly. Okay, so next and finish. Okay, so here we go. So we have lecture 2 project, and open lecture 2. It's just say hello world. This is very simple. This is the normal one. If you want to run this one, it just say hello world. Nothing, yeah, there is nothing new here. So it will print hello world as you see here. Okay, hello world, and this one press any key to close. So I will print. Okay, now here let's see how we will create age and weight. So I will see here, for example, float. Okay, this is autocomplete, and say age, and then semicolon, and then float, and this one is, for example, weight, and this one, and then after that I will actually, to make your code beautiful, you must put all lines in good indentation, so all of them are in nice format. You must care about your code. So here I would say, for example, print so we will use printf. So we will see printf, and then I will say here, for example, message, please enter your age. Okay, so that's it. And then maybe I want a new line. So I want, when you enter a new age, you will age, you will enter the age from the keyboard. The keyboard will be here, not it will be in the same line. Okay, so that's it. Don't forget the semicolon. If you forget the semicolon, your software will make an error. Okay, then after that I will say scan. Here's it, scanf, and then this scanf will read some value. So I will say here, read from I want to read the float number, and I want to save this float number to age. So I will put this one to age. Okay, so that's it, and then print f again. So as you see here, I'm writing this code by myself to let you feel about the experience of writing code. But later maybe we'll just copy and paste. So please enter your, okay, wait, and then maybe I want a new line. Okay, maybe you can make it more beautiful. So here is it. And then after that, scan f, and you will scan and read also another float number. Okay, here is it. And this float number will go to which variable? I will save this one to the weight variable. Okay, and then after that I will print, after I read two numbers, I will print on the screen, for example, okay, thank you. Okay, maybe thank you, and then a new line, and then after the new line I will say your age is, and then a modulo f. That means I will put some number here, and your weight, for example, is, and then also another float number, and then also new line again, one more. So as you see here, there are two new lines. There will be one new line for thank you, and then after that there will be you age is with, and then there is a new line here. And then I will, because here I need to insert two numbers, one number here and one number here. I will put age here, comma, and then weight. Okay, so that's it. So let's first we save, and then we will build this one, or run. Let's run. If you see, guys, if you see here, it will show me hello world, the previous software. Why? Because we did not compile, we just say run. If you want to compile, you say rebuild, mean recompile again, please. So you are saying rebuild, that means recompile. Tell him yes, I'm recompiling. And if you see here, there is 0 error and 0 warning, everything is fine. Then run now. So if you see here, it will ask you, please, it will tell you, please enter your age. It show here for me 2 screens because I'm using the antivirus, and the antivirus is doing, okay, I will try to stop the antivirus for a while because it's try to interfere with our, okay, I'm stopping the antivirus so it will not interfere with our execution. Usually the antivirus scan every file in my computer. So this is a new file created, exe file. So it will, this, as you see, lecture2.exe. So that file automatically scanned by the antivirus. But anyway, so enter your age. I will put here, for example, 19, and then okay, and then after that it will say, please enter your weight. I will put my weight, for example, 60, and then I will say here, and then it will say, thank you, your age is 19 and your weight is 60. Okay, and you see the 0000 here because it's a float number. Okay, let me just run this one again one more time, and now I will put here, for example, age is 19.5, that means 19 years and half, and then I will say enter your weight. I will say here 65.72 for this one, 75, then enter. So if you see here, the age is 19.5 and the weight is this one. And if you see here, there are many zeros here. Okay, so this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros after the dot. Okay, now maybe you can control this one by saying here 0.3. That means only I want 3 digits after the float. Here I want 0.3, for example. Then running, sorry, I need to recompile. Okay, let's recompile and hopefully there will be no error. Yeah, there is no error. Execute, and then now, if you see here, I want just after the dot, I want 3 digits only. So I will say here, for example, 19.2, and then I will say here, for example, 64.78, for example. If you see here, you see, there is only 3 digits, only 3, there is no more zeros. If you want, you can control two digits only. Or, so this is how you can format your print. We will talk about those formatting things in details as we go in the lecture. But this is the first one. So there is 0.3 float, okay? So this is how you can control and print this one. Okay, so now, yeah, so this is printf is for printing on the screen, and scanf is to read from the keyboard. So this is so far what we have learned. Now let's talk about data type. Something, if you remember here, this one we call it data type. So this one say this storage or this variable type of the data or this variable is a float. Float means real number. So this one we call it data type. So this one here is a data type. So this one is a data type. So far we learned 2 data types. We learned float and we learned integer last week. So we say integer variable. Okay, so this one, this storage or this variable save only numbers. Okay, so this one is the integer data type. Integer data type. And now we study float data type. Is it the only data types? No, there are many data types in here. So we will see integer data type, and usually integer data type only numbers like 4, 5, these numbers. Okay, those are numbers, just so those numbers are integer. And usually integer, if you define some variable, for example, if you say integer a, that means I define some storage a, and this a takes some numbers, okay, integer. So in this case, this storage will take in your computer memory around 4 bytes. So what is the byte? Okay, each 1 byte, maybe you studied this one before, each 1 byte is equal, how many bits? It's equal 8 bits. 8 bits. And what is the bits? 0, 1, you know. So 8 bytes, for example, if I say 10, 10, number 10 is how we can write number 10 in bits. It will be 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is 4 bits. But if you want to save 10 inside some variable a, so for example, I say a is equal 10, okay? A is equal 10. So this one will go to the computer memory, and in the computer memory it will be like this: 0, 1, 0, 1, okay? And then what is about the rest? It will be 0, 0, 0, 0. This is how many bits? Those are 8 bits. But a variable take how many bytes? 4 bytes. So I am taking here this one just 1 byte, okay? This one is just 1 byte. What about the other bytes? Other bytes will be like this: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And this is the second byte. And the third byte will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? And the fourth byte 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 0, 0. So the a, if you say a equal 10, in the memory of your computer, it will be exactly all of this one. All of this one. So this one, how many bytes? 1 byte, 1 byte, 1 byte, and 1 byte. Okay, so there will be 4 bytes. So the integer will take, so here a, you can save the number. When you save some value, it will take from your computer memory 4 bytes. So that means if I define 2 variable, in this case I have 2 integer variable. For example, I say integer b. Okay, so I have my computer now for these 2 variable. My computer will take 8 bytes, 4 for this one and 4 for this one. Okay, now long, what is the long? Long is also 4 bytes. So long is same like integer here. So here is it, 4 byte, and it will be some numbers exactly same like integer, and each long will be 4 bytes. So how we can define long? We could do like this: say long, for example, variable. Variable. This one means integer. The variable is integer, okay? So long, this is the data type is long, and this one is a variable, okay? There is a short. What is the short? Short is a small number. So for example, a equal 10. This is a small number. If you have a small number, in this case, you can not define it as integer. You can define it as short. In this case, short will be what? A, when you say a is equal 10, it will take from your computer memory only 2 bytes. So it will not take this byte. This one will not be taken. This one will not be taken. So only will take 2 bytes. Okay, so short is only 2 bytes. So if you have storage, you need a small storage, you can define short. Okay, another thing is unsigned. Unsigned here is usually unsigned does not come alone. Unsigned come with, we can say, unsigned integer. That means this number is positive number only. Positive. Okay, so this is mean positive. Okay, positive number only. Only. Okay, so this is only positive number. Okay, so this is the meaning of unsigned. That means no sign, no positive, negative, no, just positive. Okay, unsigned. Okay, now if you want to define characters, for example, you want to make storage, and this storage not take number, it does not take number. In this case, we can define char, mean character. Char here mean you can save character like character A small letter, this character of $sign, character of number 5, any character you want. Okay. Float, we saw it before. Float is for real number, and it will save 4 bytes. So this is like float, like this number. This is a float number. This is float. Even it's a digit, but it's mean 5.0. Okay, so this is 5.0. And then this one is a float number. It's a negative float number. And this one is also float number. This one mean, this one will be like this, 0.00005. Okay, so this is float number. Okay, so this is to the power minus 5. to the power. This one, by the way, this one exactly like this, 5 to the power 10, okay, sorry, 10 to the minus 5, exactly like this. This is the meaning of this one. So it's a 5 times 10 to the power minus 5, okay? This is the meaning of this one, okay? So this one we call it the scientific representation of number, okay? So, okay, float is a small, if you have a small real numbers, you can save them in float. If you have a large real numbers, in this case you save them in double, because double is 8 bytes. So for the integer numbers, you can save a small integer number inside short, okay? But large integer number, you can save them inside int or long. But in the case of real number, you can save small real number inside the float and the large real number inside double, okay? Now, here is the primary data type in C language. So for characters, you can say characters like this one here. I say character, or I say char, or I can say signed char, or I can say unsigned char. That means it's only positive number char, character. Okay. Also for integer, we have signed integer, just normal integer, or short integer. Okay, or long. Or there's something long. It will be 8 bytes. It's very big number. For very big numbers, you will use long. Okay, so let me just I know I just teach here many theory things, so let me just show you this one inside here. Okay, you can see them here, you can define them, but just because for the guys who are using Visual Studio, some guys told me we are using Visual Studio, so I will try to create a new project here, and I will say this one empty, or okay, let's say console hello world, and I will say it's a console hello world, and say next, and then I will say this one lecture 2, for example, lecture 2, and create. Okay, so this is Visual Studio, and this is now in here a very simple way we agree on last time. Just rename this one to C. Okay, just say this one is C, not CPP. So right click here in this one and say right click and say rename and call it C, not CPP. Okay, done. And then after that, just delete everything here. You don't need all of this stuff because it's C. Okay, delete everything here and just say you will say here include, and then you will say here as so you need to include so mainly studio. Okay, so stdio, oh yeah, so studio, this one, and then after that you will say, for example, void or return, or with return value. For example, I say integer main. By the way, I'm trying to change my style from time to time. Why? Because I want you to be familiar with all the styles. Okay, so this is why, and I want you to be flexible. So here I can say, for example, integer a, okay, or I can say integer a equal 10, okay, directly, no problem, it's okay. Or I can say integer a, and then I will say here a equal 10, okay, no problem, okay. And then after that, I can say here, for example, long variable, okay, b, and this variable b, storage b equal 20, for example, okay. And I can define, for example, a float, and this one is C. This is a C. Actually, this using the single character is not a good idea, and this is not good practice. So I will say this one, for example, variable 1. Okay, I will call this one variable 1, okay. And this one, for example, I will call this one variable 2, okay. And float is variable 3, and this one will be float. So this is a float, and variable 3, by the way, you can say like this, variable 3 equal 2.5, for example, okay, like this. By the way, if you put semicolon here, can I put this one in one line here after the semicolon? Yes, the answer is yes. You can do like this, no problem. Or you can make enter. So if the compiler of C language will understand this one is just one line because there is semicolon here, and if you make anything after that, he will assume it's a new line. It's okay. So you can do like this, okay? And also for this one, I can do like this, no problem, okay? Okay, and then, so this is a float. What else? We have double. So let's see double. Double. Okay. Okay, double, and as you see, it's a blue color. That means a keyword in C language. This one variable 4 equal, for example, 1. Okay, this 1 point. Okay, this kind of number. Okay, and then semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon. Okay, so this is the numbers here. Okay, so this is how you can define numbers. Also, there is something if you have a very large numbers, very large integer numbers. So if you have very large integer number, you can say here long. This is okay, no problem. So you can say long. That means very large number. Okay. So this will be 8 bits. 8 bytes. 8 bytes. So this one can save really 8 bytes number. Okay. So very large number. Okay. Also, you can here say this integer variable 1 is equal 10. This one could be positive or negative. You can say here, for example, minus 10. So variable 1 is minus 10. But if you say here unsigned integer, that means no, this one will not be negative. This one must be positive, only positive. Okay, unsigned means positive. Okay, so this is if you want then the variable to store only positive number. If you don't make it without saying like this, by default the variable will be signed number. It will be signed by default, but no need to write this one, no need. So only by default, it's automatic. The compiler will assume this is a signed number. Okay, so this is, if you want, we can for example here we can say here print f, and we will print what? To print these numbers. Okay, variable 1 equal, for example, and then we say modular here, and then the variable 1 is digits, so I will put digits, and then comma variable 2, and variable 2 is long, so it's long, so I will put here it's long, so I'll mean long. Okay, and then after that okay, sorry, let's follow the same style. And then after that, we have variable 3. Variable 3 is a float. So I would say variable 3 is equal modular, and then will be float number here. Okay. And the last one will be a double. So the double will be also float number. So I would say here variable 4 equal, and then also another float number. Okay. Another float number. So we have how many number? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Okay, so we have 4 numbers here. So I will see here, okay, so I will put here variable 1, comma, variable 2, comma, variable 3, comma, variable 4. Okay, so here is it. Here we go. So those are the numbers. So let's okay, let's compile now. Hopefully everything will be okay. And we forgot the return value, by the way. So because we say integer here, we must put the return value. So this is the good practice, return 0. Don't forget this one if you have integer here. But if you have void, no need for this one. So if you have a void, no need for this one. Now let's run again one more time to see what is this one. So as you see here, variable 1 is equal 10, variable 2 is equal, and it's empty here, ll, and it's equal 2, and this one variable 2, and then variable 3 equal 2.5, and variable 4 is equal, yeah, it seems like there is a problem here, so let's see. Okay, let's assume this one for now digits, just digits, and okay. Okay, run. Okay, variable 2 is equal to, okay, variable 3 is 2.5, it's a float number. Okay, so by the way, usually because this is a float number, I need to put here some f number, f here, mean float, okay? So usually the compiler, some compiler do this kind of thing. So yeah, it's yeah, this one, and then variable 4 is double. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so here we have this one should be long float. Long float mean double. So this one, to receive the double, to print the double, you should be this one. Also for the second variable, which is a long, this one must be long here, mean long, and then digit. Long digits. Okay, so this should be here, and if we run this one, we will have all the variables are printed as we expect. Okay, so this is how you can check this one. So if we copy the same code, okay, and we send this code to codes here, so I will just copy and paste it here and then recompile. Don't forget to recompile here and then execute. You will find the same output and as expected. So the result will be fine in both editors. Okay, so this is how you can execute and check those different type of variables. Okay, so this is, let's back to our slides. Another type, so here we have for the signed and unsigned. By default, all the variables are integer, short, long. By the way, short int here means short integer, okay? So you can put it, by the way, short without int, or you can put it short int, no problem also. So you can say, for example, here, I will define some short. So I will say here, for example, variable 5, okay, this will be short, okay, short variable 5, and this one equal, for example, 30. This is a small number. Or I can say short int. It's also fine. It's fine. But the most common way is to just say short. Okay, this is a short number. Okay, and you can put before this one unsigned short number. That means this one only positive short number. If you don't put that, by default it will be signed short number. Signed short number mean no need for this one. Okay, just like this. This is mean signed short number. Signed short number. But if you want it only positive, you will put it unsigned short number. You can put unsigned everywhere. So you can say except double. No. So you can put it this one here. So unsigned long, or unsigned long, or unsigned integer. But okay, so but you here, if you see, this is for the, but for the float, double and long double, you cannot put unsigned. Okay, so for example here, if I compile this one, it will be no problem, everything compile and no error. If you see here, there will be no error. But I will try to put here unsigned double. No, there will be nothing unsigned double. Okay, so there is nothing unsigned double. There, how about unsigned float number? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. So only the unsigned is available for integer numbers, integer data type, like integer, long, short. And also unsigned available for character. By the way, I did not show you how to do characters. So for example, so let's remove the unsigned here. How about making characters variable? So I can say here, for example, char variable 6, this is a variable 6, equal some character now. So I will make single quotation, this one single quotation. So I will put here single quotation, and I say, for example, letter A. Okay, and here we go. So this is how to vary, and let's print this one, by the way. So I will make here a new line, and then I will print another one alone. So print f, and then I will print here, for example, okay, variable 6. Okay, I will print variable 6, and then here I will how to print character. So I will say modulo C mean character. I will say here, for example, variable 6. Okay, so that's it. So let's execute this one. It will make here, as you see here, new line, variable 6 is A. Okay, so this is variable 6. Okay, same thing if we copy this one all and go to blocks here and recompile, yes, and then compile, here we go. So here is it. So variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I did not print, but it's okay. And variable 6 is A. Okay, so this is the variable 6. Okay, so this is how you can define character. By the way, unsigned work with character. So you can do like this. You can say unsigned character. That's fine. Okay, and also you can say signed character. That's fine also. But only unsigned will not work. Unsigned does not work with double, and unsigned does not work with float. Not work. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, so this is, you must remember when you are defining some variables. Okay, so this is how you let's back to the slides again. So for the data types, also there is a data type nothing. Data type nothing if void, we call data type nothing. Okay, we'll not talk about this one later. Now we will talk about this one later. Okay, so now let's focus on character data type, integer data type, they mean numbers, and float data type like double. So we have a float, double, and long double. Long double is very large double. Okay, so here is it. Character is only storage of the character is just 1 byte. That means you can put in the character any character you want, and this is just single character. Okay, unsigned character, it will be character is also just 1 byte. Okay, it will save from the computer memory only 1 byte. Signed character is also 1 byte. Integer is 4 byte. So that means integer could be any number between these two numbers. So between this one, I think, yeah, this is, I think, 2 billion, or yeah, I think this one is more than 2. This is 1,000, this is million, this is billion. Yeah, so it's around negative 2,147,483,648 to this number. So that any number between this range will be okay to save inside integer. Okay, unsigned integer is also 4 byte, but it will be positive, no negative number. Okay, so it will be from 0, any number from 0 to 4,294,967,295. Okay, and the short number is only 2 bytes. That means you can save any number between 32,768 to 32,767. So any number between these two range is okay to save inside short. Okay, and for unsigned number short, it will be only numbers started from 0 to 65,535. Okay, so this is the range of the number you can save inside any variable with type unsigned short. And so for long is 4 byte, long is 8 bytes. And if you see 8 bytes, that means you can save any number between these two range. Okay, it's very big. Okay, and then unsigned long is also 8 bytes, and it will start from 0 to this number. Okay, now if you want to check the variable size of the data type size, you can check this one using size of. Okay, size of. So for example, this is a size of function. You can use it to know the size of the data type. So for example, I can go here. So let me show. Okay, I can say here, for example, print f, and then I will print here, for example, the size of int data type is, and then I will say here number. So some number, how much the data type size. The size will be some number. unsigned number, and I will say here, comma, for example, size of, okay, size of this function, size of function, and in size of function, I will put here integer data type. Okay, so this is will tell me the size. Oh, sorry, this is, I did not put this quotation for this one. So this is a string. Okay, so it will be like this. So let's check what is the size of integer. The size of the integer is 4. If you see here, it's size of 4. The size of int data type is 4. Okay, let's change. For example, double. What is the size of double? So double size, what is the size of double? Let's see, is 8 bytes, okay, 8 bytes. The size of long. What is the size of long? So let's see here, long. Okay, so this is, sorry, must be some space here. Okay, let's run this one again one more time, and it will be 8, okay, size of long. So you can know size of any data type. All of these data type, you can check the size using the size of, okay. Let's try to create some variable here. Okay, let's say, for example, integer variable, okay, variable 1, and this variable 1 is just integer variable 1, and I'll say here, what is the size of, let's see, can we use variable, let's say size of this variable, how much memory this variable will take, because it's integer data type. So it will tell you it's 4 bytes. So the size of this variable is 4 bytes. Why? Because the variable is type is integer. Because it's type integer, it's 4. Okay, so this is here. If I say this one is a float, no, sorry. If I say here long double is a very large. Okay, so long double, and I want to tell it what is the size of long this variable. It will tell you it's 8. Okay, so this is 8. If I define this variable as character, for char, okay, means this is character, just character data type. So what will be the size of this one? It will be just 1. Okay, so it's just 1. Okay, so this is 1, only 1. Okay, so this is how you can check the data type size. Okay, so so this is for the variable data types. I think so far we have already talked about how to create variables, and we talk about different data types. So I will stop this video for here, and then maybe I will create another video after this one to continue this lecture.